90 Day Fiancé Season 10, Episode 1, we see Jasmine sticking her butt out the window of a party bus. Oh wow, gotta show those dudes in Panama what they're missing, right, Jasmine?
I feel more attracted to my ex even than to you.
Yeah.
And he's better looking than you. And he has even more money than you.
Yeah.
Gino, aka the Diary of a Wimpy Simp, gave Jasmine around $8,000 for a wedding dress, which is overly generous considering the average price of wedding dresses here in the United States is between $1,800 and $2,500.
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP! Simp!
In typical Jasmine fashion, spent the money that she was supposed to put towards a wedding dress on herself because how she shows love for Gino is leveling herself up, or in her mind, what she considers leveling herself up, because a lot of people would just consider this getting way too many cosmetic procedures.
So I got butt implants. It's just perfect.
90 Day Fiancé lately has turned into 90 Days of Botched. Look at all these creatures. It's like Halloween never passed. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Seriously, there needs to be a point where doctors refuse to operate on people like this because they look crazy. Nikki reminds me of that one creature from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends that was trying to convince everybody that she's art. Look at this dude. His name's Sarper. He looks like Elastiface. He claims that he slept with over 2,500 women. I don't know how that's possible when Halloween's only one time a year. These creatures are in the same category as Ollie London, people like that have this sick obsession with getting cosmetic procedures. It's especially funny for me to see this Sarper dude because he wants to portray himself as this alpha male that sleeps with all these women. Dude, you were so insecure that you got all these plastic surgeries as a guy. That is the most non-masculine thing I've ever seen. These guys that go and get lip filler, that's hella femme. And it's even worse because it's insecure femme. And there's so many things you could have done that would have saved money and brought out your natural features. You didn't need to get all these surgeries.
Gino estaba dándome, o sea, como una mesada, pues, para mi vestido de boda, ¿no? Y ahí está.
Jasmine's plastic surgery addiction is not on the level of Darcy and Stacy. However, it is approaching that level at a dangerous pace. And here's the thing, her partner Gino doesn't even want her to get these surgeries in the first place.
Stop it. Get some help.
Jasmine and Gino are on the show 90 Day Fiancé, which means that Jasmine is moving to America on a K-1 visa, and by the end of the 90 days, she's either going to be married to Gino or she's going to go back to Panama to keep banging her ex. Before a big move to Michigan, Jasmine boards a party bus. Jasmine starts drinking with her friends, and by the end of the night, she's sticking her butt out of the bus window. Jasmine tells the audience that she's been working out like crazy in preparation for her wedding, and because of that, she's lost a lot of her natural curves. So what does she do? She tells Gino that she needs a very expensive wedding dress for their wedding. And Jasmine knows that her man Gino is a weak suck. All she has to do is raise her voice and he'll give in to any of her demands.
It's just perfect. Gino estaba dándome, o sea, como una mesada, pues, para mi vestido de boda, ¿no? Y ahí está.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, what she's sticking out the window at the police officers is the wedding dress fund. It was reallocated towards the booty. You could be charging for this one. 2, I've noticed that you have problems in your love life with Gino because you bring it up every season. Have you ever thought that if you held yourself with more modesty and respect, he would find you more attractive? You bring up sex or lewd things in every single conversation, and it's okay to talk about here and there, but when you make that your entire personality, like that's the only thing you can talk about, it makes you come across as a one-dimensional human being. And as a mother, that's a terrible look. What do you think's gonna happen when your kid gets to high school? That's embarrassing. Episode 1 was gut-wrenching to watch for her kid because she used her kid as a PR stunt, and I'm gonna get to that later in the video.
Currently, I help Jasmine out with her rent and stuff and bills.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Gino's giving Jasmine so much money in order to make her happy, and at the rate he's going, he's probably gonna be broke and homeless by the end of this season. And the way he's moving, dude might need to get a brain scan because I haven't seen one good thing that Jasmine has done for him. The only good thing that she does for him is have sex with him, and is the sex worth your entire bank account balance? No. Even if she's mastered the art of the Gorilla Grip 2-hand twist super sucker supreme, it's not worth all the money that you have.
I help Jasmine quite a bit financially right now.
Gino's so weird, so he goes over to this nice lady's house in order to test out her treadmill because Jasmine mentioned that she wants one and she's big into working out. This poor lady thought that she was gonna make a sale. Unfortunately, Gino used all of his money to attract Jasmine.
How much are you selling this for anyway?
I listed it for $200.
Do you know what the mileage is on this thing?
Dude, you're buying a treadmill, not a car. Anyways, after asking this woman a whole series of unnecessary questions, he ends up not buying the treadmill.
I recently quit my job because my fiance's coming. So we're on a tight budget, and I don't want to go over that today. But thank you so much for showing this to me. I really like it.
You're welcome.
Wait. So $200 for a piece of workout equipment that you would use in the comfort of your home every day or every other day isn't worth it. But sending $8,000 for a wedding dress in Panama is? In what way, shape, or form does that make sense? They're about to live together for the first time. They're gonna be fighting like cats and dogs. I'm sure there's gonna be many occasions where they would say, hold on 1 second, let me go on the treadmill. I wanna get a workout so I'm more calm, and then we'll revisit this conversation. There's gonna be many uses for that treadmill in this house. Anyways, he doesn't buy the treadmill, and as he's walking out of this woman's house, he says to the audience, I'm a little worried about telling Jasmine that I quit my job because Jasmine likes to live the luxury good life. What? Gino, it made 0 sense to quit your job when you used money to attract this woman in the first place, and between the two of you, you're the only one with income. Gino, I know you're not a little Einstein, but what do you think is gonna happen when you don't have money for all her cosmetic procedures? She's gonna leave you for a richer dude.
I've been working in automotive engineering for probably like 30 years.
And the way he's moving is especially odd because when we first met Gino 2 years ago, he admitted to the audience that it's very hard to find a good paying job for him. Fast forward, he finds a good paying job and he quits that job to spend more time with a nutcase.
I told my boss, that I need to take a leave of absence from my work for a while, and I'm not planning to come back for possibly a year-ish or so.
Is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
As a man working, seeing that income monthly, it's a power position to be in. It should fill you with pride and a sense of purpose. And this woman already steamrolls you and you have a job. What do you think's gonna happen when you don't have a job? It's gonna be even worse. We then meet Jasmine's son for the first time. Over the past couple years, a lot of fans have actually respected that Jasmine blurred out his face always or asked the TLC editors to do so. It seemed like she respected her son's privacy. So I can imagine why, after watching episode 1, fans are furious at Jasmine because she's using her son as a reason to put herself in the victim position and gain sympathy from everyone and talk about how she's giving up so much to move to the United States and leave her son behind. You're gonna leave your kid to go over there to America to be with Gino and be in this toxic relationship and use all his money to level yourself up by buying plastic surgeries for yourself. The way you've moved has been so selfish, and within only a brief meeting with your kid, we can all tell that you're not a good mother either. You're a selfish mother as well. And that's obvious from the way that your kid talks to you. You're crying, your kid's fine with you leaving. That's very telling. When the kid shows no emotion that his mother is moving to another country. She was trying to paint the picture for like a solid 10 minutes that her and her son had such a tight relationship and he's so cool with her leaving to America. Yo, mom, can I stop pretending that we're really close for the TLC crew so that I can go back to playing Fortnite with my friends? She says to the audience that the connection she has with Fiancé, her kid, is out of this world. Yeah, it's so out of this world that you didn't wait for a spousal visa so that you could bring your kid as well to the United States and instead prioritize bringing your little shitter dog that pisses everywhere. From the way she's talking about it, she's trying to save face. It's obvious to everybody with eyeballs and a brain. And here's the thing, she talks about potentially one day bringing her son to America to live with her and Gino. Please leave this kid alone. He's gonna be happier with his dad. Every single little boy, especially at his age, that actually has a close relationship with his mother would have acted differently. So after we watch Jasmine try to paint a certain picture for the audience, she reveals that she's having an argument with Gino's family. What's new? Because she always, in every single season she goes on, tries to drive a wedge between him and his family because that way he's easier to control. He's easier to manipulate. And she's jealous of the bond they have because she doesn't have that bond. Obviously, this Malo Chica wants to be the only one whispering in Gino's ear. She says to the audience, Gino's sister-in-law Lori sent me a very rude message asking me to not have my wedding on specific dates. Right now, surprise, surprise, she's spinning a false narrative. All that Lori did was message Jasmine and let her know in advance that her and her husband, who is Gino's brother, are going on a cruise. So they're saying, don't have your wedding on this specific date or this timeline because we're not gonna be there when we wanna go to your wedding. But Jasmine's looking for any reason to create distance with Gino and his family. Like I said earlier, Make that wedge even bigger. Lori said, don't get married April 13th through the 24th because we will be in Florida. Jasmine responded, hi Lori, we still don't have a date because of the visa process, but thank you for letting me know to plan accordingly. Interesting, Chica, because from your response to Lori, you don't seem like you're upset. Gino's family has legitimate concerns when it comes to Jasmine because she's been using him since day one. Good news, everyone. I recently made an Amazon storefront, so be sure to check that out. I saved y'all a bunch of time by compiling a lot of great gifts for guys and girls because the holidays are coming up. If you got some spare change, buy our merch. If you want some one-on-one time with me, please order Cameo. I'm the #1 Cameo creator in the entire world. Super thankful that y'all watch my content. Comment below, subscribe. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.